Bernice Herbolsheimer was born in Pierce, Nebraska, and grew up in both Pierce and Foster. During her freshman year, the school districts were redrawn, which meant she now had to attend Osmond Community High School for the last 3 years. Even though she had to leave all of her friends and the organizations behind, she found a way to enjoy the rest of her high school experience. To become part of her new school, she developed friendships, joined several organizations, and immersed herself into the Tiger community. One of the organizations she enjoyed the most in high school was the Yearbook Committee. During her time with the Yearbook Committee, her love of writing stories, taking and assembling photos, and organizing the layout of the book were tasks that planted the seeds of what became her passion for community history and her career. She graduated in 1962 as salutatorian of her class, but college would not be in her future. After graduation, she went to work at the Osmond Republican. The newspaper is one of a few locations in a town where anyone can go to find history about the people, places, and events throughout the years. This job helped her further develop her love of community. She took pride in knowing that each story written would leave a memory behind that someday an individual may come looking for to connect with the town. Using her love of language and writing, she would pore over the table to find that perfect way to share an event or help a business advertise in the best possible way. In 1965, Bernice was involved with Osmond's Diamond Jubilee celebration activities and worked on the commemorative book. She enjoyed the festivities and everything associated with the event. This event, along with her career with the newspaper, started her on a path which led to her many volunteer efforts during her lifetime. The newspaper also brought her the love of her life. Don Blecha moved to town in 1965 to teach at Osmond Community Schools, and he had arranged to rent an apartment below the newspaper office. The day he showed up to pick up the key to the apartment, Bernice was working and happened to be at the front counter. This chance meeting would spark an ember. After several mornings of early linotype sessions and its incessant racket waking Don up, as well as bowling league meetings, that ember became a flame of love, and 6 months later they were engaged to be married. Bernice first volunteered for the Alumni Committee in 1968. The committee met in the basement of the Blecha home to plan the schedule, prepare mailing lists, and finalize the arrangements. After her first tour of duty on the Alumni Committee, Bernice volunteered to continue to help with the mailing addresses. Every 2 years, Bernice looked forward to adding 2 new classes to the alumni rosters and making sure they knew that they were part of the history of this school and this community. As the years went by, she volunteered for additional tasks, ultimately becoming a fixture on the committee. In preparing for the biennial event, Bernice strived to make sure every detail was planned and the work was organized to make sure that the event took place without any major dilemmas. Her goal was to have each event provide a place for friends to return and spend precious time together. Reliving memories and catching up on the paths each life had taken was important, and she believed it was critical to keeping the community thriving. In addition to participating with the Alumni Committee, Bernice also took part in many different community organizations: Community Club, Hospital Auxiliary, St. Mary's Ladies Guild, the Osmond Community Improvement Committee, and St. Mary's Liturgy Committee, among others. These groups organized events and supported organizations important to the community. She also supported Dawn and her children in all the groups and the events they participated in, always encouraging them to get involved. She worked with the Osmond City Council for many years as both secretary and later city clerk. One of her favorite events was Summerfest. She loved putting together the history tour around town, writing the scripts for opening and closing ceremonies, and making sure every event on the program had what it needed to make the experience memorable for those in attendance. The Centennial and Q125 events were also among the top memorable events for her, pulling family histories together, tracing back through businesses that have served the community, writing and assembling the Centennial and Q125 books, as well as organizing the recipe book, were all activities that she assisted with to make sure the history of Osmond would be preserved. Bernice believed in faith, family, and community. Growing up in a community like Osmond, you go through experiences and have opportunities that shape you as a person. She taught us that if you want your community to have these opportunities, then you have to step up and participate. Events and organizations do not just happen, they take hard work and dedication to succeed. Bernice loved to participate, but she didn't do it for the recognition. She wanted to pass along her love of community to everyone she met. Belonging to a thriving community filled her with joy, and Bernice Blecha wanted everyone to experience that same joy.